Hi everyone, welcome back. My Snow White Bristlenose plecos bred yet again for the fourth time, and now it is time to strip the babies from the pleco's daddy's cave. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but that is because I actually am getting over a pretty nasty cold that you can probably hear in my voice and you will hear throughout the entire video. This is why everything was kind of like on hold, as well as the project behind me that you probably already notice, like the elephant in the room. This is going to be my next video. I will be planting this aquarium tomorrow, which would be Sunday. I'm very excited to finally set this tank up. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and let's get right into the video. This here is the last batch from my Snow White Bristlenose. I think I do have around 30 in here, so this is very exciting. Now let's see how many we have in his cave. Whenever I strip the male of the eggs, I put just a little bit of water in the container and put it on top of the tank. And now comes the fun part where you get your arms wet. Get out of there. Come on, get out of there. Thank you. Well, you're not a really protective dad, are you? You can see them wiggling around in there. So you want to lift this tube up like this with all the water in it. And then you're going to dump it out. And very quickly put it on the water again. And then you can check in here to see if you have any babies. And you always want to go back and check in the tube if you have all of them. I do not have good light here, but just look at the amount of babies that we just pulled out of that cave. This is the fourth batch that I got. I don't even know how many babies there are. I'm kind of running out of space right now. Let's go ahead and count them. Well, as it looks like, I have 35 babies. I don't want to keep them out of the temperature controlled water for too long. I'm sorry, I'm very sick right now. You can probably hear it in my voice. But there they are. They are probably about 1 day old. They won't be eating at this stage. So we're just going to put them into a breeder box. Once they kind of like scatter in the breeder box, you can definitely tell, then you can start feeding them. I like to put the babies in a slightly smaller breeder box. And that is because the little sides here are far smaller than in this breeder box. Yeah, there you can really see the size comparison. And you really want to make sure that it is high enough for no fish to get in there. I've had that happen once where the male down here, he's actually looking for his cave right now that I rudely stole from him. He made its way into the breeder box even though there was a little bit of a gap. So I don't want to have this happen, and this is why I have the gap pretty deep. So now let's put in the little babies. You do want to be pretty careful because you don't want to bruise the little guys. This would be horrible, and you got to make sure that they don't stay out of water. Sorry, I had to stop the video because two actually got kind of stuck, and probably should have not done that with one hand filming. You definitely need two hands for this. But here are the little babies. You're probably saying, oh my god, that's so tiny. Yes, so they don't eat, they don't move a lot at this stage. Once they grow up a little bit, then they will get into the bigger breeding box like these guys. And as you can see, I do feed baby brine shrimp and I do feed beans. So this is really, really good for them. Now it's just waiting for these guys to absorb their yolk sac. And you can see a little eggshell made its way in there. In about probably say 5 to 6 days, they will start eating, and then we have a gaboomavoo of little bristlenose babies. 65 babies in total. That is a lot to grow out. I'm actually debating on putting the cave back in, because if the cave is in with these guys, they breed. And I don't want to get overrun with these. I do know that they're pretty high value fish. You do need the space and you do need to care for those. And I don't think I can care for another batch of those. I do think I'm going to put the breeding cave in about 2 months. I do put an air stone in the little breeder container because at this stage they would be fanned by the dad to give them more oxygen, and I am going to recreate this with a air stone. I have it pretty much on full blast. These little guys, they do not mind. If you see that they get scrolled around, obviously adjust it, but I never had an issue with this. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I see you in my next one. Bye!